What's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about something that disturbingly starting to happen more recently in the video game industry, and that is the lack of content available at the launch of a game. Now, what do I mean by this? Simply this. Street Fighter 5 released today, I believe. And it's been reviewed pretty well, honestly. People are saying it's a good game, this, that, yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing. It's lacking a lot of content at the moment of its release. This will include the story mode, such as like cinematic cutscenes, ending, the challenge mode. One of the funniest things is that if you beat this, what you call a story mode that's available in the game as of now, there's no ending cinematic or anything telling you what happens at the end of the game. Instead, you get a notification that a character's in-game costume can be purchased from the store, the in-game store. Which, the funny part is, it's not available to use until a month from now. So basically, there was no purpose in playing the story mode. Now saying that, many Street Fighter fans didn't get this game for single player. They got solely for the multiplayer. And that's fine. That's fine. But it's the principle of the thing that it bothers me. You see, here's the thing, right? An insignificant thing in a game can bother me simply on principle, and this is by far, this is definitely a significant part. Why? Because even if you got this game solely to play multiplayer, this can affect the rest of the industry, and it is affecting it. I mean, for example, Halo 5 came out. We're still waiting for Forge mode. Now, me personally, I don't really use Forge mode that much. I just play the single player, then I play the multiplayer free-for-all. Usually that's around it. Let's be fair, it's the only mode that isn't bullshit in the game. People run a gun, which is the way multiplayer should be, but that's a video for another time. But, yeah, Forge mode. What the fuck? That is a staple of the Halo games right now. And it's not in the release. And I understand that we will get all these features free some point down the line, but that's the problem right there. We shouldn't have to. When you release a product, like for example, Apple, if they release a new version of the iPod, and it says that we'll just say it has bigger storage space, and okay, that's a pretty bad example, honestly. We'll go movie. Actually, sorry, it's fucked up. I did not prepare what I said over this. Anyway, a movie. You go in to see a movie. You see, we'll say the first 2/3 of the movie. Good. But that's it. Then you leave the theatre. But your ticket lets you come back in on a future date when the full movie is in again, but you'll be able to see the ending. It kind of you'll get the whole movie eventually and be able to see it. Well, any extra charge. Well, it's the principle of it. It's like, what's the point going to the movie then? I mean, it's the same with games. I mean, yeah, it might affect you personally, like whatever is left out, but it's a really shitty business practice. It's just stupid in general. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know what to say to this. Like, this is why I miss the old days, you know, the SNES, the PS2, PS1, Nintendo 64, what have you. Back then, you buy a game, that's it. You get the full game, and there was no bullshit like patches and that. They had to make sure the game worked perfectly, as good as they could, and make sure everything was in the game before release. And that's partially the way I think they should do things. No. Online is a different story. You know, put patches in the bad and stuff online, that's fine. But in terms of single player, they should pretty much have that sorted out before it's released. And another example would be like GTA 5. That came out. Single player, grand. Multiplayer, couldn't play for fucking shit. And this is Rockstar, arguing on the best developers in the world, and they even couldn't put this shit out right because they're releasing these games too early. No, people say, but we want these games. No, we don't have to wait longer. But that's the thing. If you wait longer, the better chance of them being released in a better condition. And what this has to do with Street Fighter 5 is if you're going to release the game and we have to wait for the rest of the content to come out, then just fucking release the game when everything's ready. And of course, I know there's issues that come with that, such as maybe the publishers want to push the game out at a certain time where it'll get the most purchases from people, and unless there's another big game crowd, certain times you don't want to go up against. But still, this practice is stupid. Honestly, it's kind of hilarious as well. I mean, I just don't get how the gamers let so many things go. I'm guilty of this. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect and I've never done something stupid in terms of buying games, but we are letting a lot of things go lately, and this is definitely one of them. I mean, for fuck's sake, Street Fighter 5, you get, I mean, half of the game is not there at the moment. None of the single player content is there, and I think that's just so. I don't think it's right, honestly. On principle alone, I don't think it's right. But what can you do? Most people don't. They bought Street Fighter 5 for multiplayer, and most people don't really care about the other stuff. And let's be fair, the way the gaming community is now, this type of shit's going to go on. Because let's be fair, for every reasonable-minded gamer out there, there's always those 10 who'll do the exact opposite and just keep fucking up the industry until it becomes stagnant. Gaming has been around for 40 years now, right? And look where we are to where we began. How is it that back, even on the NES days, we get a full game that worked pretty well for the most part? There was a lot of shit games back then. But most times you get released a full game to now, where it's literally, okay, right, we'll buy the game now, but we'll release other features for free at a later date. Also, we have the season pass full of DLC that we were going to charge way overpriced for. On top of that, we're going to put microtransactions in the game that you don't need, but we're going to balance the game in a way where it's more better if you do buy the microtransactions. I mean, every game is like a fucking black hole right now for money. I mean, and it just sucks that every game, not every game in the developer is doing this. There are some good ones still out there, such as CD Projekt. I think, if you like Witcher 3 or not, you have to respect CD Projekt's business practices. Witcher 3 came out. They gave you all this mini DLC for free, but to be fair, I think they should just give it all in the game at once, because it's very annoying. You go through the game, wait a couple weeks later, and then they give the game again. I suppose that could technically count as what I'm saying, as in you're waiting for constant release on a future date, but that was small stuff. It wasn't like an entire section of the game was taken out. As well as that, the expansion, they're releasing 2 DLCs. One expansion which has been released, which is 10 hours, and from reviews I've seen, has lived up to the word. Next one's promised to be 20 hours long, taken to a new region, a place on the map we've never been before. Great. €25 for the season pass, compared to the usual 40 to 50 we have. I'm looking at you, Star Wars Battlefront and Batman. I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that just release full games. I mean, that's all we want. If the game is good and is functional, we'll buy it. But at least give us the full game at launch that we're expecting. You want to give us DLC down the line? Fine. That's grand. But at least give us the full game that we buy on day one. Don't give us a fucking... What's the best way to describe it? Don't give us demo. That might as well be what this thing would be called. A fucking demo. Because it might as well be, because you're not getting the full game. So don't give us a fucking demo for the price that we pay on day one. And if anyone defends this, you're just making things worse. I mean, do you really want this to be the future of gaming? Like, what happens one day, right? Uncharted come, we'll say Uncharted 5 ever came out. They released the multiplayer, but you have to wait like a month or two for single player. No. A lot of people out there will probably be like, that's fine, I love the multiplayer, I can deal with it. But a lot of fucking people play for the single player, and then they'll start bitching. And these people might be the people right now who are okay with Street Fighter being only multiplayer. See what I mean? If it doesn't affect you now, eventually, if you're a gamer, it will affect you. So basically just be smart with your purchases and let your voice be heard. Be YouTube, just respond to them, write on the internet, comments. Just let's place your opinion somewhere where it can be heard, because we have to let publishers know that we don't want this type of shit to keep continuing. Because let's be fair, companies are there to make money. As long as they make money, they will not change a fucking thing. Business, it's a great thing, isn't it? Well, that's all I wanted to say. This rant has gone on far too long. To be fair, this is way too long. We ran about fucking Street Fighter 5 and bullshit like that. Well, anyway, if you did get Street Fighter 5, I hope you're enjoying the game and all that, but you know it's bullshit. Don't lie to yourself. So as always, thank you for listening, comment, subscribe, like, whatever. I'll see you next time.